this video, I will show you how to do division of complex numbers. First, let's take a look at this example. Suppose I need to calculate 3 divided by 2i. This is an example of division of complex numbers. As we have learned that all complex numbers can be expressed in the form of a plus bi. Therefore, our aim is to express this number in terms of a plus bi. And this is the result of the division of complex numbers. To do so, first of all, we need to make the denominator a real number. To do so, we need to do something like this. We need to multiply I over I. That means we multiply I to the numerator, and at the same time we multiply I to the denominator. By doing so, I will get 2i squared as the denominator, and then 3i as the numerator. And here 2i squared is a real number. That means it becomes 3i over minus 2. And finally it becomes minus 3 over 2i. And that's how we do the division of complex numbers. This is in the form of a plus bi, because in this complex number, the real part is 0, and the imaginary part is minus 3 over 2. So what we need to do is to make the denominator real. And to do so, we have to multiply I over I to this fraction of complex numbers. Let's take a look at another example. Suppose this time I need to simplify 1 over 1 plus 2i, and I need to express in the form of a plus bi. Again, this time we need to make the denominator real. In order to do so, what we need to do is to consider the conjugate multiplication, like this. The conjugate of 1 plus 2i is 1 minus 2i. So I multiply 1 minus 2i over 1 minus 2i to this fraction of complex number. As we have learned that the multiplication of conjugate will always give us a positive real number. That means the result of this should be, we square the real part, and then we square the imaginary part, and then we add them up. So this is 5 in the denominator, and then for the numerator we have 1 minus 2i, and that means this is 1 minus 2i over 5, and the result will then be 1 over 5 minus 2 over 5i. That means for this division of complex numbers, the real part should be 1 over 5, and the imaginary part should be minus 2 over 5. Finally, let's take a look at this example. Suppose I need to simplify 1 plus 5i over 2 minus 3i. This time again, we have to make the denominator real. And to do so, again, we make use of the conjugate of the denominator. That means I need to multiply 2 plus 3i over 2 plus 3i, because I know that 2 plus 3i is the conjugate of 2 minus 3i. Therefore, the denominator becomes 2 squared plus 3 squared. And then the numerator is the multiplication of complex numbers. That means I have 1 times 2, I have 1 times 3i, I have 5i times 2, and I have 5i times 3i. That means 15i squared. And now I should know that the real part in the numerator should be 2 minus 15, which is minus 13. And then the imaginary part should be 3 plus 10, which is 13. And then for the denominator, that's 9 plus 4, which is 13. Therefore, the result is minus 1 plus I. To conclude, in order to do division of complex numbers, we usually need to make use of the conjugate of the denominator, and then we have to make the denominator real. And afterwards, we need to rewrite this complex number in the form of a plus bi.